All your days are belonging to us.
I used to be an adventurer like you.
Excuse us, Mr. Logan.
Mother of God.
Hey guys, King of Persia back, and this is another video based on World of Warcraft. It's another video pointing out something that's worth pointing out in World of Warcraft. If you saw my other video about why I switched from Star Wars to World of Warcraft, I did in that video verbatim that that there are things worth pointing out and noteworthy of World of Warcraft. This is another video of that. So this one is about the art style, themes, and the overall art styles, the environments shown in that are present in each era of World of Warcraft, namely the expansions and including vanilla. So let's get started. So in World of Warcraft vanilla, that started out with like a medieval setting, you know, like swords and elves and sorcery and stuff. That was good because that was a good starting point, because nobody had really done MMOs like Blizzard did. You know, when Blizzard made World of Warcraft, they started up a whole whirlwind in the genre of MMOs, and I think it was a good starting point to start off with a known setting that is medieval and you know, medieval type setting with archery and all that stuff. I think that was good. They wanted to start out simple and safe. They did it very well, and then they moved on. One point I'm trying to make is that they're doing different styles and environments in each expansion pack. So now with Burning Crusade, when that came out, that had Outland, which was a big landmass floating in space. That's the next environment that came out in Burning Crusade. You're on a landmass floating in space, and there's different in the background in the behind, like if you look up in the sky, you see space and you see nether. I don't really know what nether is. If any of you are watching this and you know what nether is, tell me please, because I don't know what it is. And you see planets and stuff. There's like no clouds or sun or anything. There's just space. That was pretty much it for Burning Crusade. You were in space. You know, it deals with the idea of the universe and the galaxy and all that stuff, and planets. That was the next environment and art style of Burning Crusade. And then what is the one that came out? Wrath of the Lich King. Yeah. Wrath of the Lich King was the next expansion pack. That was back on Azeroth, so you're kind of back on, you know, Earth, the planet, the main planet of the Warcraft setting. That brought on a kind of a Nordic setting. I don't entirely know the exact imagery of Norway or Nordic settings, but it was close to that. Northrend had a Nordic setting with large, it's kind of hard to describe the setting, but if you've seen Nordic imagery and all that, it's like that. It even had Nordic music, you know, violins and folk music and all that stuff. My favorite area in Northrend, Grizzly Hills, had an outdoorsy type of feeling with like log cabins and stuff, and lots of trees and forests and open spaces and grass and stuff. And I really liked that. That was my favorite area. It also had the best music I've ever heard in World of Warcraft. And it had that like that Dog Soldiers type of story into it. And you know, Ice Mountains and North and South Pole type areas like Ice Crown and stuff. That was really cool. I liked it. It was very cool. So that was the art style for Wrath of the Lich King. Nordic settings, snowy mountains, all that stuff. And then there was Cataclysm. I'm kind of at a loss for Cataclysm because I didn't play that expansion too much. But from what I saw, this isn't entirely an art style, but it was like volcanic, lava based, like the gear, the gear and the end game gear and just the gear in general. And a lot of areas that were hit by the shattering by Deathwing, they had a lot of lava coming out of the ground and volcanic activity looking type stuff. And that was another one. That was the next art style for World of Warcraft, was I guess a volcanic looking feel to it that's not really entirely a setting that you see a lot. But that was it. There's a lot of forests and Night Elf territory like Mount Hyjal. That was another one. That was an area that you focused on in Cataclysm. Yeah, Cataclysm, not much to explain there, just volcanic lava stuff. so to speak. And now Miss Pandaria. This one's pretty easy to explain. It's Eastern, somewhat Asian influence, mystical lore, and I guess religion. I don't know if that's the right word to use, but mystical imagery. So yeah, Eastern Asian influence. Even the music, it's got that sound to it. It deals a lot with mysticism and dragons and pandas. Pandas are, I think are native to the Asian continent. I don't know for sure, but yeah, that's one. Monks are an Asian-based practice. So, from what I understand, trying to sound as politically correct and correct in general as possible here. But that's it. That's Miss Pandaria, an Eastern Asian, as I've said, verbatim, influence. Yeah. Now what I think the future will hold, because they're kind of, from what I've seen in the Warcraft lore, I've read a lot of the lore, played the Warcraft games, 1, 2, the expansion to 2, and then 3 and Frozen Throne and all that. They seem to be running, at least in my opinion, they seem to be running out of areas that they can put into the future that are already known. The next viable option I think they'll do is the Emerald Dream, because there's already files in World of Warcraft that are part of the Emerald Dream. There's files that aren't, I don't think they're being used, but if you install World of Warcraft up to Miss Pandaria, you install files that pertain to the Emerald Dream, and they've already got the portals for it. If you look throughout Azeroth, you'll find portals. There's one in Duskwood. There's one in somewhere that place that's south of Ashenvale, I think. I don't remember. There's the files, and there's also portals that lead to the Emerald Dream. The Emerald Dream is a dimension. I don't know what it was created by. I think it was created by Ysera, that dragon aspect. Yes, the dragon aspect, the dreaming dragon aspect or whatever, Ysera, and it's pretty much what Azeroth would look like if it wasn't affected by all the races and everything. If it was just left to grow by itself, that's what it would look. That's what Azeroth would look like. That's what the Emerald Dream is. Now you can go there. There's actually, we've never really gone into the Emerald Dream. We've seen glimpses of it, even in World of Warcraft. We've seen glimpses of it. Tyrion something, that Night Elf, was in the Emerald Dream for a long time. Now he's out. He's in Mount Hadral, I think, as a Cataclysm. I don't know about Miss Pandaria, but he was in it, and I think that could be a good place to go. I think if they do that, then the Druid class would probably be affected somehow, because it's very the Night Elves and the Druid class are very associated with the Emerald Dream, so I think they'd be affected somehow. From what I remember from reading the lore in the history of Warcraft, what's his name? Sargeras, who created the Burning Legion, could be. He hasn't really been encountered. We don't know. I think we know what it looks like. I don't know about now, in terms of Miss Pandaria era, but Sargeras created the Burning Crusade. We haven't encountered him in World of Warcraft. We've seen references to him, but we haven't seen him yet. We could, like that item in Outland, the Mark of Sargeras. That's what they're referring to as him. There could be more worlds that his minions inhabit. We could go there. I think that would return to the Burning Crusade. Or the Burning Legion, because that's his army, the Burning Legion. He created the Burning Legion, and I think we can encounter him more. We could start seeing him more, and having him more involved in the story. That would be a problem a little bit, because he's pretty much the big bad boss, the big bad guy, villain, the main villain of the Warcraft universe. He's pretty much the anti-god, antichrist, I guess, if you want to use that. He's really the worst I can think of in terms of villains in Warcraft. So if we encounter him, I don't really know where else we would go. I think Blizzard would have to make up some more stuff in that if we were to finally kill Sargeras, if he is killable. But so I'm sure there's going to be more. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more before we actually see Sargeras involved in the story of World of Warcraft. One thing I think they shouldn't do is a technologically advanced area like a city or something like that. I mean, they do it with the gnomes. The gnome race is, very smart, and they create things the technology, like guns and motorcycles and those helicopter mounts and no merge in and all that, and that has a bit of a steampunk influence to it, and that's cool. But I really don't think they should do it. They shouldn't expand on that too much. I think they do it enough with the gnomes. They shouldn't make city type areas like that, that are too compact, because it was cool. Like in Star Wars, they did it. That was cool with like Coruscant and stuff. But that's because Star Wars is Star Wars. But World of Warcraft is World of Warcraft. We want open spaces. We want large, expansive, spacious areas. We don't want compact areas like. I mean, Stormwind is kind of compact and stuff. That's the human-based city, but that's a city. That's not a whole entire continent. We should really have open continents and open areas. So, you know, a compact city like LA from Blade Runner was very small, not a lot of open area. There's buildings everywhere taking up all the space. I don't think Blizzard should do that in World of Warcraft. It just wouldn't be right. One environment that I think could possibly work if they do it right in World of Warcraft would be like a Nightmare Before Christmas type setting. And I don't mean like Halloween, but like really dark and gloomy, like Tim Burton, a Tim Burton style. If you've seen any of his movies, if you know what I'm talking about. That might work in World of Warcraft. They'd have to do it right though. The problem with that is that it wouldn't be like really like beautiful to look at, unless they make it look really cool. Like Pandaria is one of my favorite areas in World of Warcraft, next to Grizzly Hills in Northrend. It's really beautiful and pretty to look at. I don't really think, you know, Halloween Town was like that. But I think that'd be cool if they could do that right. Like, I think the Worgen area, the Worgen starting area has something like that, I think. I haven't played Worgen, so I don't know for sure. But I think that would work if they did that. Anyway, that's about it. Let me know what you guys think. What environment should they do? Do you think they'll ever do the Emerald Dream? Because they've said, like I said, they've said that they would do it, but they haven't done it yet. So let me know what you think. What environment should they do? All that stuff. Let me know what you think. You know, like, what are some settings in fiction that have been done that you think could work in World of Warcraft? So that's it. That's all I can think of in terms of that's what we've seen. That's and you know, Emerald Dream and beyond. That's what I think we'll be seeing soon. Blizzard has mentioned that they want to involve the Emerald Dream somehow, and they said they were going to after they came out with Burning Crusade, but they ended up not doing it. So they might in the future. I don't know why they wouldn't. So yeah, that's it. So thank you for watching. If you want to be friends with me on Steam, my Steam name is the same as my YouTube name. And don't forget to like this video, like my Facebook, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.